What's going on, my friends? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today. What I wanted to bring you was the Bitcoin cycle repeat chart. And I think this is a fun chart. Bitcoin for the last 6 months or so, we've been in a choppy consolidation. It's been tough on everybody. Mentally, you think you're breaking out and then goes back down and everyone gets nervous again. It just goes back and forth. So what I want to do is have a little bit of fun today. And this is going to basically what it's going to do. It's going to take the past 4 years of price action and it's going to project it into the future. So in my opinion, guys, each time with this market cycle, they're going to be diminishing market cycles. It's getting less and less and less. I've been here for the last 7 years, and I can just tell each one, as the market matures, it's just less percentage gain. So I don't expect this to happen, but I still think if we could even do half of this, of what I'm going to show you here, the numbers, half the numbers, which would be more realistic, it just shows us where we potentially could be topping out at in a time frame for that topping out for Bitcoin, or roughly around that time frame when we look at our 4-year market cycle. So want to get into this, guys. I hope you like it. Want to make it quick for you all. If you do, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. It's always appreciated. So when we're taking a look at this here over the last we're taking this last 4 years and we're projecting it into the future here, what I want to talk about is how Bitcoin, guys, the way that it moves, it runs in straight lines for the most part. It'll put you to sleep. You're going to be in consolidations, or you're going to be in bear markets or corrections, and you're just going down. You're going down. It feels like it's never going to end. You go to bed at night, then all of a sudden it just starts moving. You'll see Ethereum go up $1,000 in a day, straight lines. And that's what you'll see here if we're projecting. So this line here is going to be October 3rd, 2024. So that's going to be today. I may release this later, but for me today. And what you see here is this straight line. If we take this last 4 years and we put it here, and this also correlates with this fourth quarter, which typically is good for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. But what this has is a straight line up from where we're at now, around $65,000, depending on where you're looking at this chart here, going straight up, running all the way to about $191,000 to $200,000, and it has us doing that by the end of the year, the end of December. So when we're looking at this here, I don't believe we're going to get to 190,000 even in this cycle, and I hope to be proven wrong on that, guys. But when I'm taking a look at this here, if it could be a run from 60,000 or so up to 115,000, and then that's potentially the top, I don't know. But what I do know is that Bitcoin's been putting people to sleep for 6 months, going sideways, and when this move does happen, it's most likely going to have legs to it. So as I went back, and I love looking at technical analysis and just charts, typically Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, guys, they really run hard when they trend for, I say, 6 to 9 weeks. I saw Ethereum to the downside. It had, I believe it was 11 consecutive weekly downside candles, negative candles. So anywhere from 8 to 11 weeks, we could say that we can really trend and run before we have one of those 6-month or 4-month 30% corrections, which are miserable and no one wants to sit through. And that's if that's not the top, and then you deal with that 30% correction, and then you go back up. But if it's not, then you're stuck and you're round tripping, like many of us have done before, and I don't want you guys to do that. So the thing is to have limit orders set up high. So say you're in Bitcoin here and it's $60,000, and you go, okay, I think we could run hard. If we do break out of this, we could run hard for 8 weeks, 12 weeks. Set limit sell orders up at areas 90,000, 100,000, 115,000, 125,000. Have those set so that when Bitcoin does go in those straight lines, that you're able to sell into that euphoria. And that's the thing, guys. I'm not telling you to sell all your Bitcoin, anything like that, but I'm saying you got to take some profits, because living through bear markets, they're brutal. I mean, mentally, and anyone who's been through one, they can contest to that. It's absolutely brutal, and it teaches you market cycles, so you learn so much from it. I wouldn't trade it for anything, but holy smokes, guys, when you're living through it, it can be a lot on your body, just mentally, physically, and you don't want to go through that. If you see life-changing gains to where you can fulfill your goals, or you can help people, or you can pay off all your debt, man, go for it and limit sell out into that area. And most likely in the next 3 years, you could buy a lot cheaper in a bear market, because bear markets are always going to come. But when you see those straight lines up and you're getting those huge percentage gains, anything that goes straight up like that, guys, you're not building a lot of support. And typically it'll come back on itself. You can even take a look here as we went straight up. I mean, this was a huge, and I believe this was China news, if I remember. Just looking back at history, projecting it here, but the China dump, and then we went up on much lower volume. But this was brutal here. You're flying high up here, and then all of a sudden, boom, you come down 50, 60%. It's really tough to deal with. And many experienced people out there will tell you as well that you don't want to round trip your bags. And that's the truth, guys. So I think this is a lot of fun here. This chart actually going straight up here would have us, and this is just showing you what it says here, guys, around $300,000, and that would be around March or April of next year. So that's where sometimes when people are going, it may go to October, November, December, I'm a little more skeptical. I think it could come in really early once we do start going into those straight lines, if we do go into those straight lines. But that's typically how Bitcoin moves, at least from what I've seen. And then, our double top here, guys, that's around 310,000. Then we'd go all the way back. And at our bear market low, next time we would be at $77,000 if all this was the same. Like I said, I still think there's going to be diminishing market cycles. And then the top here they have at $343,300. And this would put you, let's see here, February 28th, 2028. So just some fun playing around here, guys. I know it's been tough out there, and I wanted to hopefully bring a smile to your face if we can hit some of these higher numbers. God bless you all. Take care.